Hi together, I'm Manuel. Today I want to show you how you can sand your table. It's my dining table and I want to renew it. It has some old used spots on it and I want to get rid of all the lacquer and re-oil it. We start very easy and simple, just with the grit 120 and get rid of all the lacquer, and then we go on with the grit 180, oil it and then finish. Let's get started. We have there some old tape. We need to get rid of it. Just take it off and then let's get started to sanding. As well, here on the table we see very old and used some spots where there is some oil on it. Just we need to sand it off, that we have fresh color and fresh wood substrate to re-oil it then after. I'm starting with the CNet 7900. I don't have to care about my holes, just can fit it on, and then that's the best dust extraction. I put the meshing speed on 2/3 of maximum, so in my case I have 6, I go on 4. Let's get started. Try to sand equally on the table, not all the time on one spot. Get more around on the whole table, upside down, left, right, so you might get sanded everywhere the same spot. It was a stupid idea to do it now. It's very cold outside, I got frozen my fingers, I tell you. To check if you have all the lacquer taken off, you can see if there are some lighter spots and some darker spots, there you know you have still some lacquer on it, or if it's still a little glossy, you know you have to take more out of it. So I know here I have to take more out, this part is already big good. To go deep inside in the corner, hard to reach areas, we just take a wooden piece with a sharp edge, take our paper or net in this case from the machine, pull it around the wooden piece and go directly into it. To get into this corner we're not able to take in the round disc, otherwise we are not having a straight line on the top or on the left side. Even so we would make cross scratches on the side here. Therefore I will really recommend you a square strip where we just can go put it on with a cork block, squared cork block, so we are really easy to get into the corner without damaging the side. Therefore as well I prefer cork because it's not damaging my wood piece. In alternative to the squared net, you can even so just use such a sponge, which I really prefer for roundings and so on. But as well, into the corners I'm able to go, but I'm not damaging the side. I just took the combination block, so I'm not sanding on the side, I'm just sanding on the foot itself. The same thing if I go to the top side, without making cross scratches in this case. Combination block is also very well for such hard to reach areas like this corner in here, where I'm not really able to go with a machine. So I just take the corner side, go into it, give a little bit pressure so the sponge itself adapts to the rounding edges beside of it, and then just slowly sand it by. It is important that when you sand, that you do it before you sand the table flat, because you make some cross scratches against the wood fibers, and after that we wanted to take it out, so therefore do it before you sand with the machine. Also for joints like these, very easy, just go inside and sand. Also the back side is able to do. Even so, for edges with rounding like this, you might perfectly use the sponge. Just put it on a little bit of pressure and it adapts it perfectly to your rounding. Without damaging your roundness, and don't make it flat. If you have such roundings like this and you don't have a sponge, you can even so just use the cork block. When you go on, just turn it all the time a little bit up and down, so you just can have a continuous rounding. So with this technique, you have an even rounding on the whole surface. After pre-sanding everything with the grid 180 on the corners by hand and so on, we're now sanding with the grid 180 on the disc, so that we have everywhere all the cross stretches out which we made by hand sanding. For example, on the corners, just let them sand out now. Yeah guys, good morning. I thought I would continue with sanding my table, but unfortunately it's snowing, so that's not able to do so far. Otherwise my table gets wet and that's not very good conditions for it. So I have to wait for some days until the snow is away. Last time we finished with the 120, so today we're going to continue with the 180, sand everything's fine, and after that we're gonna oil it, so that we have then after our required finish. Let's get started. So now I'm finished with sanding. I got everywhere with a 180 over it. So before I gonna oil it, I clean it with a towel. I have a cloth taking towel. I just got over it everywhere.
How to sand the table, es wird langsam sehr kalt wieder.
So now I'm going to oil. Therefore I'm taking the machine, take off the tube, put on a protection disc. The dust is not, the oil is not going into the dust. Then I take a fleece, which is just 3-dimensional sanding abrasive. I put my oil into the fleece, I will show you that. And after that I go on the table, let it run on a very low speed, on a minimum, that it's not spreading everywhere around, so that I had the oil on the table and not anywhere else. With that one I just really give a massage, or I really press the oil into the wood. And even so, the upstanding wood fibers, I directly cut them off again with the abrasive on it.
And this is how to oil a table.
I put now everywhere oil on it. I leave it there and it's too much on it. You can see it's very glancy. I let now the oil sink into the wood for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, I take a cloth, cotton cloth, and take all the rest of the oil away, and then let it dry at least for 24 hours. We will then lift it inside and put it back on its place. So now we're finished. It looks very nice, very new, re-oiled perfectly. I'm pretty sure my wife will be happy about. Let me know down in the comments what you like, what you dislike. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. and so on. Let's see if we can do the next time better for you. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.